Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to ask a question, and this question responds to a video which was played by Mr. Ngoya, and where the governor was undertaken what we call self-help measures. When you go home and you find a stranger in your kitchen, what will be your first instinct as a human being? In common law, there's a doctrine known as self-help. In Kenya, there is a major problem on land grabbing. The land in question where the governor undertook self-help measures, which is allowed in law, and the matter is under litigation, is public land. A private developer, an individual who has an interest in this land, then takes up the matter in court, and then we are saying that is a ground for impeachment, impeaching the governor. So that just demonstrates to you the nature of the county assembly case. The county assembly case, if you examine it, does not meet the threshold in Article 1 of the Constitution. The gross violation of the Constitution and law, and gladly this Senate has already interpreted this question in very many decisions. There ought to be, for you to determine that there is culpability by the governor, you must look at the evidence. There must be something which the governor did personally for purposes of being removed from office. What is it that the governor did in respect to the procurement? Look at the evidence of the county assembly. They will not be saying the governor did this. Instead, they will be saying that a procurement officer did not write a professional opinion. And then that contract was approved by the accounting officer. So in that case, what is the responsibility? Who has the responsibility if there is a malpractice on a procurement failure to write a professional opinion? It is the procurement officer. It is the accounting officer who then signs off. So if the governor interferes with the process, then that is something else. So throughout the evidence submitted by the county assembly, you will not see personal culpability by the governor to of necessity lay basis for the threshold for the removal of governor from office. Kericho County has more than 3,500 staff. 3,500 staff. Secondly, Kericho County has more than 10 departments. All these staff work in various departments. And at the top of each department is a CEC and an accounting officer known as a chief officer. And there is an accountant. So you cannot foreclose the possibility that in the workings of government, there could be an issue within that value chain for the provision of government services to the people. And when that happens, there are procedures to be followed, because we are a country governed by the rule of law. There are procedures to be followed. These procedures are outlined in legislation. One, with respect to procurement, you have the Public Procurement and Disposals Act and the regulations. It outlines the entire chain of procurement. With respect to Public Finance Management Act, it governs the payment system. If you look at the PFM specifically, the responsibility of the CEC Finance and the Chief Officer Finance, they are clearly outlined so that when there is a problem, then responsibility is ascribed to an individual. If you look at the legal framework on corruption itself, responsibility is on an individual basis committing a crime. Secondly, there is a process for audit which this House too has a role to play, and the County Assembly. You will find that most of the allegations which they have submitted against the government have not been audited. They have not been subjected to a process of audit for purposes of verification, either by the County Assembly in examining the report of the Auditor General or by this House. So do we take that precipitate decision to impeach the governor when all these things are prematurely appear to be premature? Definitely not. Look at the responsibility of the County Assembly itself within this process. The County Assembly, under Article 185 of the Constitution, has a heavy responsibility on audit and oversight. Sorry, let me use the word oversight. They oversight the county executive. So what steps has the County Assembly done to summon the procurement officer, the accounting officers within the county government on the various departments, for them to answer and get satisfied on the primary questions before we take the next level issues to impeach the governor? So that is very important. You will be seeing this throughout the issue of nexus. It is not there throughout the evidence by the County Assembly. On the issue of voting, the threshold question, we will be laying basis in cross-examination and also part of our evidence. We will be cross-examining the ICT officer who says he developed this system internally. And this system was deployed for the first time in this impeachment, as I said, on a serious matter concerning the removal of governor from office, being deployed for the first time. And then we will be demonstrating to you the vulnerabilities of this system. That to access the system to vote, all you need to do is to get the IPPD system, the IPPD number of the MCA, and the password is your ID. Then you access this system, which is tied to the website. So anyone with that can access. And we will be laying evidence in terms of video, showing that the leader of majority has confessed on record, on video, showing that he voted on behalf of an MCA, who will be standing before this forum, before this house, to tell you that he never voted. Instead, the leader of majority promised some financial inducement to that MCA. The move of the motion. Financial inducement to that MCA to vote. That is evidence on the question of numbers. We will be laying evidence here that despite the logs which are before the House, the logs which are before the House, there are 4 MCAs who never voted. Mr. Speaker, sir, these 4 MCAs never voted. They will be standing here to speak. And then the County Assembly report says they voted. Mr. Speaker, sir, there are 18 other MCAs. 18 other MCAs who will be appearing before this House. So, Your Honor, Mr. Speaker, sir, sorry, when in totality of the totality of facts, and after we've completed the evidence, you will definitely see that the threshold of 32 members as required was not met by the County Assembly, and what is before the House is a fraudulent document that was created by the Speaker to meet that number which the Speaker does not have. Thank you.
We shall now move to